lessons in real time? How do we help students learn within that?
What stories do they have to share? And are there...
For me to understand, they can't get food.
Fourthly, they need to foster a healthy disregard for the impossible.
Have y'all ever realized some of the people have... Well, thanks y'all. I feel like I got some pretty big shoes to fill after that wonderful presentation. Anyway, hey. I'm Kristen, and I can already tell that today is going to be a truly enlightening experience, and I just want to share something with you guys that enlightened me as a teen, and that's my theater company, the Real Life Players. We are Nashville's only teen-owned and operated theater company. We like to express our talents through our art, and our art is theater.
It is a creative interpretation, but it goes far beyond that. Our shows are funny but thoughtful. They tend to focus on real people and real situations, but through the perspective of teens.
We hope that our audiences are able to think about what we present, and therefore are able to see what we want to convey to our audiences through our creative art.
We're a non-profit organization, so all of our ticket proceeds go to a charitable organization of our choosing. May it be the flood victims, the Kiva, and we've even reached out to third world countries through the Kiva Foundation.
What makes our show stand apart is that we base them on our own ideas. We're free to use any creativity we want, ranging from ballet to Irish step dancing, to singing and to painting. No talent is ever wasted.
We then integrate these talents into our own productions, which we write, produce, and direct all on our own, with the help of our fabulous founder, Paul.
We've been around since 1995, and we have 17 shows today. And here's our cast. I'm Isaac.
I'm Michaela.
I'm Michael.
I'm Ruben.
Hey, I'm Isabel.
I'm Griffin.
And I'm Kristen, and we are
the Real Life Players.
The friendships we made and the experiences we have shared with each other all round up to a great experience with each other.
That's one of the best things about Real Life Players. We're all family.
What sets us apart from most high school theater departments is that they tend to cast their favorites as the lead, when here, everyone has the same amount of value.
Plus, it's really rewarding because all the money we get from ticket sales goes to a charity of our choice. Or unless we let the audience pick.
Our main point is, no matter what your talent, no matter what your hobby, we can put it in a play and make it amazing.
Who would have thought that a group of 4 teenagers could come together and raise over $40,000 for 17 different local charities, just by doing something they love?
If it's possible for us, then it's possible for you. It's really easy to get involved in the bigger picture, as long as you pursue your passions, follow that niche, and make life real. We've prepared a few excerpts of some of our shows from the past years. The first one that we're going to perform is from our 2009 show, Gender Bender.
We get it, you came from America.
And I want to understand the people, what they like, what I can do to make them like me more.
But you feel different. You feel like there's a wall in between you and everyone else, and they can't see the real you.
Oh, I not feel any of that. Has any real person ever felt that? No, I feel that it is very easy to come from my country and easily know the ways to be with the new country. Then I see that you are more than not the same. We want the same thing. We want, to be me.
Wait, what? What he's trying to say is that we all want to be accepted, disregarding any age, race, or gender.
Look at Jesse get all deep and sensitive about everything.
Guys, seriously, in reality, guys and girls have more differences in their humanity than similarities in their gender.
Oh, I see the shark that Jesse is to me. Shark? Yes.
He means point.
Ah, yes, the point that he made. It is like when I first come to America. I am not the same as the American, but I can understand what it is like. We all want to be ourselves.
The next one is from our 2010 show, Who Wants to Be God, where we have Lordy talking to Archangel Debbie.
Everyone always asks the same question. For example, something bad happens to them. Why me? Something good happens to someone else. Why not me?
Yeah, well, it's this thing that tends to happen with us less than divine beings. So what's the answer?
Same answer as it's always been. All of you make choices throughout your life, which eventually affect your life, be it now or later down the road. And 90% of the time, those choices affect what happens or what does not happen to you.
Okay, what about the other 10% of the time?
Same answer, but it involves others' choices. Their choices eventually affect what happens to you, immediately or later down the road.
I guess it kind of makes sense, though.
You kind of get it makes sense? Who are you talking to here?
Okay, I'm sorry. It's just, yeah, it's just that I'm...
Oh, what? Why do you guys always have such a hard time with just asking? Just ask the question.
Okay. Let's take this little scenario. There's some kids somewhere, 2 or 3 years old, and they get really, really sick, and they die of that illness. How could that infant have made any choices, or how could others have made choices to affect that outcome?
I so get that one all the time. It's complicated, but to put it in the simplest terms, let's say there's this culture that takes all of their time, education, money, resources, etc., and let's say puts it towards sports. And you have these sports players who make millions of dollars by playing their sport, instead of those millions of dollars going to a research facility where they can actually come up with a cure for this child's disease. That is a culture choice for the dispensation of resources. That was their choice. That does not make me a bad guy.
Kind of see that.
This next one is from our 2008 show, Camp.
Okay, so this family moved in, and they had like 2 kids and a little boy, and they had a dog and a cat, but the cat got run over.
Okay, all right, we understand. What is your point?
Okay, you don't have to get so huffy about everything.
I wasn't getting happy.
Anyway, this family was really into their church. I mean, like, way into it. And instead of going to church like most families do on like Christmas and Easter and Valentine's Day.
Who goes to church on Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Anyway, they went to church on other times too, like every Sunday, and get this, during the middle of the week too. How weird is that? And so people started getting concerned that the value of their house would go down because other people like them, like the really creepy, weird religious people, would start moving in, and then their kids would start hanging out with the neighborhood kids, and then they would start, like influencing them, and maybe even worse, start dating them. Well, you can guess what happened with that.
Dare I ask what the point of this is?
So, are you saying religious people are dangerous?
That's not even it.
It doesn't make any sense.
No, you're silly. What I'm saying is that people are afraid of people who are a bit different from them. I mean, which is kind of stupid anyway, because we're not all clowns.
Clowns, you mean we're not clones.
This last monologue is from our most recent play, Strangled.
Dreams. Who doesn't have dreams, aspirations? Have y'all ever realized that some of the people who have those dreams and aspirations all have one little thing in common? All right, y'all lean in. I'm going to fill y'all in on a little secret. You ready? They got off their butts and they worked at it. I mean, let's get real here for a minute. Take an example. Gandhi. All right? Do you really think it was easy for him to get all those little people in India, let's say what, about 1 million or so, to agree to peaceful protest when all he really wanted to do was just punch some British guy in the nose? No, that's not easy. Let me think of another one. Paris Hilton. Do you really think it's easy for her to wake up every morning, be completely fabulous, glamorous, and famous, and still somehow manage to contribute absolutely nothing to society. Nothing. She's just always like that. People, that one's practically impossible. But just like Gandhi, she wakes up every morning and she reaches her goals. All I'm saying here is this. Well, y'all seem pretty smart. I think y'all get the idea.